Okay, guys, finally got it set up. Been using Surface Duo for actually a week now. I love it. I actually set my work profile here. It's the work profile. So no problem with basically you got your this is my video. Of course you can swipe it over here, over here. You can open another, Instagram, Facebook, ESPN here, no problem. You can span across, no problem. You can flip it back, no problem. So, no problem. Speakers, pretty good, right? Hopefully it shows up here. Let me see. So I love how big this is. See how big this is? Because it's wide, it's big. So this is a lot easier to watch. And then of course you can do tent mode, which is essentially, you can watch your video here, right? That's my video. Or you can switch it back. You can see right here. Now switch back. It's kind of, I can see it's a little bit slow on the rotation part of it, but it's good. Let's see what else you have. You have email. Let's just do regular email. You can see right here. If I open the email, I get the email there, right? Chick-fil-A. If I span it across two places and open it, I see it here, which is nice, right? See my Slick Deal, Chick-fil-A, my kids, wherever, my school. Okay. So flick it back here. I'm using gesture. No problem with gesture at all. Basically, you want to look at all your apps, you can go all the way down, clear it, or you can select it, or you can push it that way, or you can dismiss it, essentially, right? No problem. Battery life, okay. Battery life is actually okay. It's not great. It's not. I have a Samsung S20 FE. That phone is a beast in battery life. It gets like 7, 8, 9 hours screen time. This only gets roughly 5 to 6 hours screen time, which is okay. It's not good. It basically, as soon as I wake up, early meeting, 7 a.m. in the morning, it will last to 8:45, 9 p.m. at night. I do have a lot of screenshot of my battery life. Let me show you. So right here, the camera. We'll talk about a little later. Here's my pictures. Actually, sorry, screenshot. So, see, this was yesterday. 4 hours and 43 minutes screen time, 14 hours usage. Once you get to 2%, it basically lasts until 8:45. It could turn off. And the reason why this is only 4 hours 45 minutes, 43 minutes, was because I used about roughly 2 hours of podcast while I was walking, and the screen was not on, so it does use battery, right? So my other day, same thing, 13 hours for 42. This one I have 5 hours and 22 minutes screen time. Here you can see that I actually did Pandora for roughly 2 hours. So that's why and this one was like 3 hours and 51 minutes screen time, but I did Pandora and then Cashbox, which is a podcast, for almost 4 hours. 2 hours 49 minutes, 1 hour 4 minutes, so that's 4 hours. So that's why screen time was only 3 hours and 51 minutes. And the other time I got 6 hours. I got 6 hours and 7 minutes screen time. This one I got 5 hours 28 minutes screen time. So roughly 5 to 6 hours screen time. Roughly starting from 7 a.m. in the morning to 8:45, 9 p.m., which is good. It's okay. I'll say borderline okay. I wish I had like another hour of screen time or 40 minutes something screen time, then that will last me until like probably 10 p.m. or even 11. So roughly, I wish instead of 5 to 6 hours screen time, it'd be 6 to 7 or even 7 to 8. So roughly 7 hours screen time will probably last me until probably 10 p.m. 7+ hour probably last me 11 p.m. So I can literally just, charge it up, go to sleep, right? So I have actually, what I did is I did change some of the settings based on all the YouTube videos I've seen. So basically, the thing you improve battery is go to settings, right? And you can go to battery, and I actually screen battery saver at 60%. I turn it on at around 60%. I used to turn it on 20. Default I think is like 15. I turn it on at 50. I don't think it really matters, but that helps. The other thing that helps is that if you go into battery usage, and it'll tell you all the apps, and then you go to apps, you can restrict it, background restriction, and optimize battery usage. And there are certain apps that you cannot optimize, like Pandora. Anything that music that when you close the phone and you want to listen to it, you do not want to restrict it because then it will turn off. So anything else that you can restrict because then they'll save your battery. It won't run in the background while you're essentially closing the Surface. So it's okay. I wish I get another, like I say, an hour or 30 minutes of screen time. That'll give me another hour of usage. So I love the gesture. I have no problem with the gesture. The camera. Let me see what else. So I did that. Also, you can also enable, if you want to make it look a little faster, you can go in here and enable this thing called developer option by clicking, I think, double tapping the system update or something. I forgot 5 times. You can go on YouTube, and then you can kind of change the animation, which is somewhere here. So animation, you can make it, instead of a default, I think it's 1x. You can turn it off. When you turn it off, it looks kind of weird because it's kind of basically, imagine the frames, right? If you have 60 frames per second, it looks super slowish. 120, basically when you have more frame per second, everything looks slow because you're basically recording very small amount of each picture in less, many picture in 1 second. So it will slow down. So for example, that's why all those Matrix picture movie you see probably is recording at 240 frames per second. But so one frame per second, I guess 1x is kind of like smooth, okay. 0.5x, it make it look like it skip frames, so it'll make it look faster, and then off, then you would just get beginning to end, right? So I did off. It's not that great. It's okay. You also can the other thing you can do is, I see people do, is that you get tablet mode where you actually change you go in here. So that was all my battery life. Sorry, that was all my battery life settings I use. You can also change the display. I didn't really change the display, like the actual how much you can store in here. I didn't want to make it too small because then it would be too small to read. But you could change the display, not for battery life, but I turned off, another thing I did, I turned off all brightness. I kind of set the brightness to like 1/3, so which is kind of compromise, But, and also enable dark mode, and also your wallpaper, you want it to be dark as possible. I changed the screen timeout to 1 minute. I changed the color to sRGB because I like that better. The font size, display size, you can change it to small. Right here, it just makes everything smaller. I heard that you can do tablet mode, but I don't. The problem with that is it's too small. The text is too small. I can't read it. I'm kind of like old right now, so I need my bifocal. So the other thing is, so battery life, like I say, 5-6 hours. I wish it was another hour. That will last me until I go to sleep, essentially, and I wake up at 7. Early meetings, 7 to 9, essentially how long this thing lasts. And literally, when I say last, meaning at 2 at the end, I will literally have 2% and it will shut down. And I do use a lot of Pandora podcasts. I do walking for potentially 2 hours to 4 hours a day, morning, lunch, and night. So when you do that, you burn battery in the background, so your screen time will probably be about 4 hours, 30 minutes. So compared to a regular Samsung phone, like a S20 FE, this is about 2 hours less, even 3 hours less, unless you turn on the high, 120 megahertz. Then at 120 megahertz, the Samsung S20 is a roughly 6 to 7 hours, so about still a little better than this, right? So finger scanner is really great. The bumper, I really like the bumper, because originally when I got this, I was afraid of dropping it because it's so slick. Now with the bumper, it really helps. So with the bumper, you can kind of close it, right? It's pretty good, right? The only problem is I don't like this. I wish they had somehow protected this. So see the bumper right here? See how thick this is? So I wish they did half this thickness and put this layer right here so you can protect here too. But you can see why, and I wish they did this right here, reduce it by half and put this protection up to here, and then if you put this protection up here, you can probably put that actual bumper here too. So if you actually put something here, now layer half this thickness here, and then protect this. The reason why you want half this thickness is because then put this also on this side and do that. So I think it'll be fancier, probably cost more money, because then you gotta have precision, right? The reason why they didn't want to only do this is that because you fold it back, you can see that it did not fold always, right? So that's why if you shave this in half, you can put the other protection, other half of that protection over here. And then you can see that if you put that half right here, you can probably extend this down here to protect, part of this, right? So not that, so I really love it. Better life, be better. No problem with the gesture. I use gesture on Samsung constantly, so I'm so used to this. So I have no problem with that. I have, tent mode, no problem. You can double tap to enable the screen. You can see that when you rotate, that's where you're gonna have problems, right? So the biggest, let's talk about the camera. So no problem with the gesture. Battery life, okay. Wish another hour on screen on time. If anybody have any other improvement in battery life, please put comments on add some comments there. YouTube, I love YouTube. YouTube channel. So you can click on here, right? Expand this. You can watching arm wrestling. You can also make this full screen, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening.
No limit, Devin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Only problem with this, you see this right here? For some reason, somebody have a smart idea that to remove all the pixels here. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they actually just. I can see why it look like it's continuous, but you don't have any screen there, right? I wish they didn't do that so that you don't lose any image. You just split it up directly in half, right? But this is actually okay. I mean, I like to watch this like this, right? So then you can put it back. Of course, you can do this to it. Take some time, but you can do this and read through the comments or whatever. But this is pretty damn big, pretty wide. This is actually better than a bar, like regular phone right now. So I like this. I like this. You can switch it back here, right? I like this. Even this is pretty damn big. It's cool. I got some email here from work. Delete it. Right. So I literally love it. So okay, now the stuff that the camera is bad. The camera is, I'll say, is okay. The camera is equivalent to my camera in Note 4, which is like, so if you have a camera that's like 5 years old, if you have a phone that's 5+ year old, this is probably the actual quality of the camera. This camera is worse than my Pixel 2 camera in terms of shutter speed, low light performance. If you have good light, indoor, outdoor, you're okay. You have low lights, then the quality is gonna suck. And of course, the other thing is that the shutter speed is so slow that if you're taking a picture of your kids and the kids are constantly moving in low light, forget about it, you're not gonna get it. So, but outdoors, no problem. I'm walking outdoor, want to take a picture of a squirrel or something happening, no problem. Shutter speed is slow. Okay, now let's turn on the camera, because let me turn it on right here. It's me. So now let's say you want to, take a picture of that. So what you do is you move this over here, right? And all you do is you flip this over here. So now the lens is over there, no problem. You take your pictures, it's kind of slow. Since the light is decent, the shutter speed is good. Now the problem, let's say you want to switch it back and do a selfie. You're supposed to do this, and this time it works. So you take a picture of a selfie, and you switch it back. And sometimes it works perfectly, and sometimes you do it really slow, it does not work. Oh, this time it works. So, it's kind of a mystery. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Right? So once it works all the time, but most time the first time you do it, sometimes it's kind of 60% chance it works, 40% chance it works. But if it doesn't work the very first time, it works all the time. Right? So you can see it works all the time. So so that's only place where I see the problem is when you're in a mode where you're doing a phone mode, they call it. And you flow back. Let's say I want to use it in phone mode. Now I want to switch over here. You can see double tap, switch over here. I want to switch back, double tap. See again, it works here, right? But sometimes it don't work. So when you're in phone mode, it works always here. That's where you have the problem. But so if, let's say, you want half the screen, let's say you want your ESPN up, and you want to do this in, I guess, phone mode, then you keep this here and fold this back. That works all the time. And you'll see that these little bar right here will switch to here. So that means you're in phone mode. You switch it around. Oh, magically it appears. So somehow it works here. I'm not sure why, but it most time I'll say it work, sometimes it doesn't work. So then let's say now you're here, right? Now this thing is disabled, right? Wow, it works all the time. Maybe the magic of the camera. So let's say you want to use this. So what you do is you fold this over here. Now it's good. You switch this back, you can see that you can double tap it, it comes back. That's the only thing that I noticed that sometimes flaky, sometimes it works perfectly on this review, sometimes it doesn't. The camera, like I say, no problem. If you want to use camera, want to do a selfie, you just kind of switch it here. You got your selfie, right? And let's say now you want to, take a picture over here. Now what you do is you switch it here, right there, no problem. Want to switch it back? It works. Something is like, I'm amazed that worked perfectly this time, but that's the only place where sometimes you gotta do a couple times to get it to work. The other thing I noticed that when I didn't have a bumper, was better at switching screen in like phone mode. But then once I put the bumper there, it seemed to be, it kind of interfere with switching screen. So that's, so basically, that's pretty much it. I mean, in book mode like this, no problem with gesture, no problem at all. It works like pretty much 99.9% of the time. In tent mode, no problem. Right, you can see the tap right there. Camera, like I say, low light, not good. Even on the bright light, is roughly equivalent to a 5-year-old camera. It's worse than my Pixel 2, like I say. But it's okay. I'm okay with it. when you do in book mode and you switch or using the camera switching back and forth, it works fine in this video, but sometimes it doesn't work fine, and that's the only place that you gotta do it a couple times, but that's fine. Shutter speed is slow, like I say, so if you have kids and you want to take pictures, you know, you may not have a good picture. Battery life, like I say, around 5-6 hours. I wish you had another hour of screen on time. If you have any improvements, put some comments and put some suggestions in the comment section. But I'm happy with it. This is AT&T, so I have to wait another week for the May update. I believe June will come out with Android 11, which I hope will have some battery improvements and some better interface usage of the two screen. But I'm really happy right now with it. This is my kind of my daily driver for been a week and a half, I guess, almost 2 weeks. And you know, I don't use my Samsung S20 anymore, so my work stuff is in here. I really love it, so I will, you know, I'll probably can test this out for maybe another month or so. I think I'll keep this and use this until another year, or when maybe Surface 2 comes out, or 2 years, and maybe I'll get when Surface 2 come out and it's cheaper, I'll get that. But I really love it, so that's pretty much it. The next video, I'll probably gonna post what I want to improve on this, you know, Surface 2. What should I improve? But a couple other things, like you probably notice that the hinge, of course, is great. You notice these black lines here, like, you know, why is the aspect ratio? Why they have so much wasted space here? And I kind of know why they did this, because when you use this, you probably have to hold like this, like a tablet, and you need this. And I think you also need it to fold. So if you want to fold, I can definitely see why I did that. I can definitely see that they can and then improve, like they can make this smaller, right? So that's something definitely in the next video I'll like to make these smaller, so you can get probably, right now it's 5.6, I believe, diagonal. If you make this smaller, I'm pretty sure you can get 6-inch out of this. That'd be even better, right? You can see right here there's a small here that they kind of have some black right here, like their screens doesn't extend all the way, so you definitely improve that also. But you know, that's next video, right? So I love it, you know, I have no problem with it. But yeah, it's my daily driver. Okay, bye.